Good evening.
What's going on?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Can get the chat up here. Can't miss them. All right. Good evening, folks. Welcome back to W.A.R.
We're resilient. We are war. Having a good
Yes.
time tonight.
Did you have a good holiday? Good Thanksgiving?
I did, man. I did. And yourself?
Doing good, The little one just turned 3.
3 years old. Wow.
Yeah. So she turned 3 on Wednesday. And just, holy crap, that went fast.
Sure does. Sure does. Well, congratulations. Getting ready for Christmas?
We are. So the wife, she's like, don't give her all the stuff that we got her for Christmas on her birthday. So you got to save some stuff for Christmas too.
Yeah.
So I've got like a box in the closet that I'm like, all right, just leave that toys up there because like I want to play with them too. Like some of the stuff's pretty cool.
Sometimes those simmer babies take a beating.
Oh, I did for sure. I was December 27th. I got the slash gift. Mm-hmm. So I get the Christmas / birthday present.
Yep. Oh, it's just
and my sister was born in April, so she got the big gift in April and the big gift in December.
Yep.
And I got the one for both.
Yep.
And then finally, the VA has come through. They have gotten me my bottom chompers.
How's that feel?
Awesome. It was a little weird at first because 18 months just had 4 screws there, and now I've got the implants there. And at first, I was a little worried about it. They had to cut a little tissue to be able to pop it in.
Yeah.
But the dentist there is down in Brockton. Awesome. I got no complaints about those guys. If you ever need dental work, go to the Brockton VA.
Nice. Well, that's good stuff, man.
Yeah, actually, a guy came in. I didn't realize that they have emergency dental services for vets too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 9 till 11. So if anybody's ever got a dental emergency in Mass, you can go to the Brockton VA 9 to 11, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Very cool. Yeah, man. Holidays went good on the Thanksgiving side. Christmas is coming up soon. The New Year's rolling over. It's just go. And so it's been a really exciting time.
So this weekend we're going to go to see the Santa at the Walpole Mall.
Oh yeah.
Because we saw the Santa at the Bass Pro Shop a few weeks ago, and she forgot her list when she went to go see the Santa. So we got to make sure that she brings her list this time to see Santa.
Nice.
But she's really excited about that. So,
all right.
So that's been fun to see.
Yeah.
Just to see her go from like the first Christmas where like it was kind of like, she was. I mean, this is her 4th Christmas technically because she was born on the 4th.
Yeah.
But like, so see like the progression from each one and like how she actually understands it this year, and like every show that she watches when she sees Santa, she starts going ho ho, and like it's really fun to see like the joy of the kids in the Christmas season.
And it really is, man.
It really does. Like it gives you that feeling that like even if you got a shitty day, you come home and like you see the kid and like they're so excited to see you when you get home, and then like same thing with like as soon as they're like watching a show and all of a sudden their favorite character comes on and how excited there is, just it fills you with joy. So
it sure does.
I guess that's my new favorite part of the holiday is definitely seeing it through their eyes.
Awesome.
How was your competition?
Well, man, it was just really surreal. Driving down to Pennsylvania, I'm like, wow, man, 3 years ago I couldn't walk. You know what I'm saying?
God bless you.
Oh wow. Yeah, man, I couldn't walk.
Wow. God bless you.
No, I can't keep a straight face. It was surreal. Like I remember, people think I was kidding. I can remember back to those times right when I was getting the PT, learn how to walk again, and thinking, man, this is gonna be a long road up to even think about getting back, much less trying to compete at a national quality level. And so I'm driving down there and I'm like, we're getting ready to do this thing. And, you had your positive dental experience at the VA, but, I'll tell anybody, man, I still keep in contact with some of the VA PTs that worked on me. I I just don't want anybody to automatically dismiss or disparage the VA just as a matter of course, man. Those professionals there took an interest, saw what I was trying to do, and believed what I was trying to do, and spent some time with me. They probably didn't have to, and it was really nice to send them a little email with a photo saying, "Hey, I took third." That was the other thing, man. I didn't think I was going to place, honestly. I haven't done this in a while. Competing at a local meet is much different than a national meet. The pace is much faster. No one calls you. You're expected to know the rules, what's going on, how to time yourself, all the details of the competition, and perform at a high level on the road with no home crowd. And then I get there, I check in, weigh in, start seeing some old faces. I'm like, this is going to happen. This is for real. And so I left the competition thinking I hadn't placed because, it was a dogfight in my division. And one of my buddies like, hey, man, you got third. You got bronze. I'm like, get out of here. And when I realized that, wow, I actually did get bronze, it really brought a whole lot of it home because, it's not been a couple of weeks or a couple of months, it's been years since I've been able to do some of the things I've wanted to do and I've been really super careful and mindful. But when Cheryl Cohen put that medal around my neck, it brought all home, man. There was a couple times on the Pennsylvania and Jersey Turnpike where I'm saying a big thank you to the God, the big dude upstairs, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, because I really feel that God has something to do with this. I'm not really a church going dude, and I believe there's a God, and I'm like, there's so many guys try recovery. It's primarily not that doesn't happen to women, but it's primarily an injury that happens to men. A lot of guys don't have the experience I had. And so I'm just really thankful. I'm really grateful. And, now it's kind of like calmed down a little bit and I'm excited for the next one and I'm just really happy, man. So thank you.
That's awesome.
Yep.
I mean, it's just an inspiration, man, to be able to, to go from, like you said, you were learning to walk again a couple of years ago, and now you're placing in competitions nationally. So that's awesome.
It was great, man. It was great. Thank you so much. So, just good stuff. Anything else going on in your world since we last talked?
Not a whole bunch. Still working on the stuff from home base. Just on my
Yeah.
fact finding mission still.
How'd that go?
I've got some calls from up higher that they're working on getting back to me. Apparently, there are some people that are out on maternity leave currently that held the answers to my questions that I am trying to get a hold of. I think there is a little position for power right now going on. And I think that's what's happening with the misinformation getting down to the veterans at the local level
Wow.
because of that. So I have passed the word up. I'm waiting for it to come back down to me now because the people I reached out to, they let me know that they're up at the 30,000 foot level. So like they got to work their way down to find out what's going on with what's going on at my level at the care, as a patient. And so they're going to let us know, and make sure that, this isn't happening to multiple veterans and, make sure this is an issue. Because one of the big things was, when they don't have enough room for individual therapy, you got to make sure that there's room for people to go to groups. And then they were saying if you didn't go to individual therapy, you couldn't go to a group. So it didn't make sense. It was like you're kind of telling people two sides of the same story. So it's like, do you want people to be at the group or do you want people to be at individual? Or do you want them to be able to go to both to be able to fill in what you can't manage, or you can't handle the workload of one, get the overload, go to the group. So it's like trying to get the clarity on those. So I'm hoping that'll come in soon.
Nice, man. Nice. Um, just I hope you get the clarity that you are asking for. I'm glad people are getting back to you instead of just dismissing you out of hand. And maternity leave, that's a thing. It is a thing.
It is, I definitely got to see it firsthand, a couple of years ago when the wife went on hers and, people were still calling her while she was at home trying to get answers for where things were and what's going on. So I understand when people leave that, it doesn't mean that, they're actually gone from the job that, still oftentimes, the job follows.
for sure.
And then, what do you got going on Oscar Mike Radio?
Tonight I have part 3 with UMS Army Green Beret Ben Monette, and he talks about his business outreach. It's a coaching business with a public speaking platform called Resilience Reconnaissance, and he talks about how that came to be, his um, triumph over alcoholism, and his continuing battle with that, because an addict's never really not an addict. But he talks very openly about that. It was really cool to see him, and go over this in 4 parts. This is part 3. It's kind of hard to believe that it's here. So, really happy to talk with him.
That's awesome. And so when would that 4-part complete?
January 1. Well, no,
this was the one that started on 420, right? Episode 420.
Well, a while ago. It started in October, actually, and I can't believe we're actually almost to the end of the year, man. It's just crazy to think that we're almost to 2025. It just seems like yesterday, it was doing its thing. But that show is going to air, Thursday, January 2nd, actually. So,
excellent.
It's really good, and the show's doing great, and just really appreciate all the support people give to it, and a lot of good things coming down the way for that.
Excellent.
How's Hellfish Haven doing? What do you got going on?
We're going to do a co-event with the VFW over in North Attleboro. So,
nice.
We'll hopefully be releasing some details on that very soon.
Very cool, man. Very cool.
So, yeah, anytime there's a Legion post or a VFW that wants to host a game night or a coffee chess morning, like, we're always willing to to shed what we've got and be able to bring it to you guys, like, because we want these posts to understand that, like, doing these family events is what's going to bring veterans back to the posts. Right. And doing events that are friendly and not centered around a bar is going to help bring membership in.
Oh, for sure.
So, and that's the one big thing that, like, I've seen over with the North Attleboro VFW is they're pushing for that. They're pushing for different programs. They're pushing for different things, whether it's putting in dartboards, setting up pool leagues, doing cornhole in the summer. They're just trying to do different things to get people into the door, because a lot of these posts have gotten run down over the years, and increase in drinking and driving laws, and more people finding sobriety. Obviously there's not going to be as much people going to the bar. The old vets that the Legion that I used to be commander of used to talk about, there used to be 3 people deep at the bar every night coming off to work, and I was like, it was a different time back in the 70s and 80s though.
Well, that's the thing. It's not just anecdotal. Like beer companies and wine companies have reported that the younger generation is just not drinking as much. In America, and not so much international, but Americans as a whole, we don't drink as much as we used to anymore. And I remember some of the VFWs in Illinois. You go, you drive by going to baseball practice, and there'd be a line of cars out there. Everybody is whooping it up. Now it's not that way.
And like I said, the biggest thing that these guys can do is is there are a lot of organizations out there, and there are people doing things for vets, and that they don't have homes, and right. Like if you team with like a Red, White, and Blue, or you team with a Mission Continues, or Team Rubicon, and you work on some events that these groups that don't have a perfect place to go, or say like Irreverent Warriors, you get them and you start working with them locally, you could have a lot more people coming into the post, by way of collaborating.
Oh, for certain.
I just wish that more posts would be more active to it. It's just so many of us stuck in their ways.
It's gotta be tough. Hang on a second. What the hell was this? I just think that change is constant. Sometimes change is hard, but if I get it. You're 72, 78 years old. You've been a member of the Legion for the last 40 years. You want to see what you've kind of helped build in the community, kind of stick around and be taken care of. I get that, but by the same token, man, I try explaining to some of these older guys. I said, look, man, social media, Discord, Xbox Live has made the thing flat. Like I play with a Marine buddy right now, COD, and we don't see each other. We just hang out and talk and play some COD. So I don't need to go to a VFW or American Legion. It's not that I don't want to. It's just I don't have to have that connection with somebody. So I said, you gotta give us something different.
Now, I don't know if on Discord, Military Gamer Foundation, if you're part
Oh
of
yeah,
that,
oh
but
yeah,
they've got an awesome source. And
oh yeah.
like, if if guys need to talk to somebody, they've got a warm line set up. I'm one of the peer support people on there, and
Really?
like you basically set a message up, and all of us on the peer support team will get an alert that there's a message there, and within an hour someone will answer.
Oh wow, that's nice, man.
So if somebody's got a question, they're just a tough time. It's not an emergency line, but it's just somebody there to talk to be on Discord and jump on and chat.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, that Discord thing I'm looking at right now on my machine, trying to get that in there. But Discord's a powerful thing, man. I'm just now scratching the surface on what it can do because, when I game, I primarily use, my Xbox Live. But I didn't realize Discord could do everything it could do. It's more than just like a chat stuff. You can have meetings and lessons and, multi people, kind of like Zoom, but it's turbocharged.
Yep, and like literally like all could be playing like in one room, like,
Yeah.
and you can take your like I know the PlayStation does. I don't know about the Xbox, but like I can literally like go right from my Xbox, my PlayStation right to Discord, and like I can connect the servers and like be able to like hear it right through my PlayStation.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's like I love how that interaction works with everything. You've got things that will connect wherever you are.
It's real.
It does feel like you got an electronic leash on you sometimes with like the cell phones and everything. On you. People being able to get a hold of you all times. But like sometimes you need that. Sometimes it's good to see. Hey, you got a buddy that's jumped on a game to play, and like so you can say, hey, let's take a couple minutes out and go play with them. You know, I do. I really think the gaming is like such a good outlet for people.
It really is, man. I'm sitting there. That's how you do that with Discord. But more than that, man, I'm sitting there playing some COD. It's double XP weekend, so we're having a good time. And I realize, man, well, it's like, wait a minute, yeah, I know that gaming gets a bad rap, and I know that certain people are like, oh, grow up, you shouldn't play them anymore. But I'm like, man, I'm scratching my head to think of anything that, I'm sitting here in New England. I can talk to my buddy in Louisiana or my other buddies out west, and we're all just like back like we were in the barracks, man.
Yep.
No hassles, no fuss for, a nominal cost, man. And it's like, yeah, sure. Would I love to hop on a plane or take a road trip to go see him? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. But the fact of the matter is, I can't. But I can get on Xbox and talk to him, figure out this Discord thing. And it's like, hey, man, we're right there. And then we're playing COD, trying to solve the objective or figure out how all these perks and stuff work because we're the old dudes. And well, I don't know about you, man, but I'm like looking at this.
I'm definitely feeling it every time I start a new game. I'm like, there's somebody out there younger than me that gets it so much easier than I do.
Well, it's like the reaction time. Like I can see the person, I know what to do, but by the time it computes, they've already got me and moved on. It's like, oh, so you gotta get sly and use all your tricks and whatever. But it's still the same thing, Michael, where a game can bring people together. In the Marine Corps, it was Madden, man. I mean, we'd have Madden tournaments, and it was pretty serious stuff, man. Um,
Yeah,
and,
my
and
first tour we had Halo. Halo was
yes,
big. Mm-hmm.
yes, Halo, one of my all-time
Master
things.
Chief.
Nothing better than that. But I think the power of gaming can't be dismissed, man. And I'm glad it's there. But
And that's one thing I wish more posts would throw events and do things centered around gaming, because I do think it's just such an untapped resource between the VFW does have a gaming league, and like when I do go out to events, I will talk to folks, and then they will hey, the VFW's got this now, so the word is getting out that they have the National's got the stuff, but it's local levels have to adopt it too.
I almost got like the stink eye for this one. I said it'd be really cool if the VFW had like a Dungeons and Dragons or 40K9 or some kind of tabletop gaming.
Yeah.
And the only reason I say that, man, there's a tabletop gaming place in Abington. Um, and on a Friday and Saturday night, man, that parking lot is jam packed until 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, how cool would that be? I'm mulling it because I'm like, not I know that a lot of people in this part of the country don't play, but there's got to be some veterans out there that play. And I'm like, well, hey, if you had the civilians show up to show us how to play, and we're selling like soft drinks and pizza by the slice or bar pizza, you'd make your money.
Yep, definitely.
I
It's
mean,
like
give us a spot and we'll put people there. I'm just saying.
yep. I may have an insight to some D&D people too, so we may have to see what we can do on that.
Well, I'd do it, and then do it. Then there's people who have a lot of fun live streaming their D&D session. I like 40K the lore, but I'm not sure I want to get into painting all the miniatures and all that. I'm not.
Yeah.
So that's all good. But there's some other like smaller tabletop games to get started, and of course D&D. I mean, it's literally once you have your pen and paper, you can go ham on it. So I'd like to think about it, man. There's got to be other veterans who play these kind of things and have a lot of fun doing it.
Yeah, we'll put a little frag out and see what we can get.
For sure, for sure. So, um, going into 2025, man, what do you see for 2025 for you, for veterans advocacy, for Hellfish Haven? What are you excited about for 2025?
I'm kind of nervous, seeing how things are going, because it's just, trying to feel out like, how folks are gonna, continue on with the impact of things. And like for me personally, it's like if I'm having trouble, getting appointments and doing things, I want to make sure other people aren't also. So it's like I just want to make sure that things, continue stable as they are right now. Like I don't want to see them grow. Like and like a lot of people are having troubles with their claims, but now you keep hearing that the VA is pushing claims through faster and faster. So it's like I'm just not seeing it yet. So I want to see that, for veteran advocacy. I want to see the VA claims process, come to fruition. What they're saying online versus what I'm seeing with people submitting claims. As well to see go a little quicker. The PACT Act did a lot to add presumptive claims and take our times down. But it's just still, guys waiting 6 months to a year to hear back on a claim. It just seems like way too long.
That's got to change. I've been told that I should redo mine again because this guy's like, you got a bad deal here. Somebody didn't do right by you. And I'm like, man, it's such a mental load trying to go through the whole CNP process. Try to explain something that happened 20 years ago that affects you now and all that good stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And then you've got secondary claims and things like that too. Like,
like,
because like, for me, like when I had my L5S1 disc removed, now I have effects, through C2 through C7. Uh, they start to go on me and they start to pinch, if my, head goes to the left or the back. Last summer, I was in a neck brace for 8 weeks. And it was just like, and they told me that that's gonna be the effect of having the disc removed in L5S1, that the rest of the disc is gonna take more damage now.
wow.
So it's like those are the things that you can claim secondary, and like guys don't understand that things like migraines, things like that are claimable, and depending on the severity of like your migraine, a migraine could be up to 50%.
Wow. Wow.
So it's like the best thing you can do is if you have something that you've had affect you since you've been out of the service, the best thing you can do is do a little research on it. Go on YouTube, look it up, see what people are saying, and and learn about it and see where your symptoms lie in like the rating, like because usually there's 2 or 3 ratings for each thing that affects you.
Yeah.
So, if like, it's something that happens monthly, it's something that happens yearly, it's something that happens weekly, depending on the severity of you know, the injury or the illness, is, what you need to make sure that is written in that. And like, I just remember the first time I went into CMP, when I got home in 2006 was the first tour. I went in, the guy said, touch your toes, touch the top of the door. And he goes, get out of here, you're good. Go get a job being a cop or something. And
It's something else. It's something else.
it was like that was my thing. And it's like at the same time, I had my S1 nerve was being pinched on both my legs, and it was like that was the doctor's visit for CMP. So it's like, if you don't feel like you've gotten advocated for the first time, definitely go to a DAV, go to a VFW service officer, a Legion service officer. These guys are out there. The JFK building, like I think it's the 14th or 15th floor. You literally can walk around, and there's like 5 or 6 different VSOs that you can stop and see.
Wow.
So they're definitely out there. If you guys need help, feel free to send me a message, and I'll get you in point in contact with one of them. Because that's the best thing you can do is have an advocate. Because like for me, like I can advocate for somebody and I can tell them how to do the stuff and show them how to do it online themselves, but I can't go into the system and follow up on it. Like that's where a service officer can. They can go online, they can see, all right, it's gone through this process. It's coming back for review. It's going here. They can follow through on that. So that's where it's important to have one of those nationally certified organizations help you.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think, it's the same way. Like I'm looking to, continue growing Oscar Mike Radio and really doing some other things with some great people in veterans advocacy. I think there's still more to be done. I think, it's time to take action. I think we've had all the awareness I can stand. I want to see like action. And then, for me, man, I want to see more people work together. I think we almost in some ways have too many nonprofits. And if we just all work together and didn't care whose name was on it, I think we'd get a lot done.
Absolutely. That's the best thing too. If you see an organization that's not collaborating with others, not working with others, there's something wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, definitely, if you guys get the chance, give local, give support to the community and, get out there and actually, make stops at these, these VFWs, these legions, and, check in and see, what impact you can make, because, that's the thing, I sat through the chairs. I did my time as a commander. And I'm about to go back and try to do it again because it's like, I want to shake these guys up and be like, let's go, let's get out there.
Sure.
So that's the other thing I want to try to do in 2025 again is is either do service officer again or do one of the chairs because it's like it does help.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool, man.
Again for war tonight. Remind me again. You got third edition. Third episode.
Ben Monette, U.S. Army Green Beret, part 3 of a 4-part series, and we're talking about his, company org resilience, resilience reconnaissance. Excuse me. I just had
that is a tongue twister, though.
Yeah, it kind of.
I could not say that 5 times in a row.
You don't forget it though. You don't forget. It's what I know about it, which I like. And we're talking about how he got into this. What does resilience reconnaissance mean, and how he uses this to help other people who have faced the same problems he's faced. So, a really cool guy, really interesting story, and very upfront about the fact that alcoholism was a problem for him, and he had to fight to get over it. And then he used that fight to kind of fuel on his purpose now. So, just one of those great conversations I like to have.
Absolutely. So you guys can check that out at 8 o'clock on YouTube, on Spotify, whatever your platform of choice is to listen to Oscar Mike Radio. And if you jump in the comments, Travis is live there at 8.
We'll see you then.
All right. Have a good night, folks. We will see you guys next week for War. We are resilient.
We are resilient. We are war.